This one doesn't work as well.
Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Kongo.
So we're doing a little bit of a bonus stream before I do the other stuff, because it's still technically Monday, and I figured out what kind of mathy stuff I want to do. So we're going to be doing the proper math stuff now, as we start up our Kongo Conquest again. So we're going to be restarting from scratch. I have an idea now of what I need to do. I didn't realize, because I didn't really do any research before I started the run. It's been a while. I didn't realize that feudalism is like throughout this whole East Coast here. So I have access to feudalism right from the start, kind of. I need to get within colonial range. I should have actually checked that. I checked that I could get an alliance with Mombasa, but I did not check that I could get within their colonial range. Now, because you could see before that, who was it? It was someone that was in this area. I don't think it was Luba themselves. It was someone, though, was getting feudalism over here. And they were getting feudalism because of the fact that they were attached to... they were allies with Moravi or something like that. So they were getting the... yes, I think they were allied with Moravi, because Moravi is the entity over there that I was fighting. Now, Moravi does not start out with feudalism, but we are going to be attempting to get an alliance with Mombasa, and then we are going to transition once we've got the alliance with Mombasa. We're just going to need to conquer our way east until we get within their colonial range. Is there a way for me to check my colonial range? So my colonial range is 60 right now, I think. Which is not great. Let's take a look here. The effective distance does not matter. What matters is... So this is an effective distance of 28 already. Mombasa might actually be hard. They do have feudalism, so they're going to be developing normally. So there is that. I don't have to worry about that. We can call it diet. Jeez. And let's see. What was it? Was it Nagoya? Give this to the Merchant Guild. Merchant Guild now has 45%. We can grant them an admiralship and a minister. We can then get rid of the admiral. We do have one siege on our general, which is great. We can put our general in charge, start drilling. And we are going to look at here. Let's see. We can demand Diplo support. We can recruit these two. That does not quite give us what we need, which I already knew in advance. We have a 111. We give that to the clergy and demand administrative support. Okay, so strategically, there are some changes that we're going to be making, because I'm actually going to be attempting to do a strat where I don't have to force any of these institutions. That's what I'm going to be attempting for. So colonialism doesn't spawn for a long time. I can get feudalism by going east. And the Renaissance, I can kind of ignore for a while. So rather than spending a huge amount of energy trying to get that one, I could instead, hypothetically, get exploration, just rush toward exploration. And once I get exploration, get myself in okay shape. So we'll see what happens. We have -1 diplomatic reputation, which sucks, but we do have 5% morale of armies, which is good. It looks like our heir has a consistent thinger. I'm going to set my national focus to administrative, because I'm going to be spending a shit ton of admin power right off the bat. So next thing on the list is we need to go over to our diplomats and go to Diplo feedback, and we are going to set everything on our entire section as something of interest. That way we will be fabricating claims, or that way all these people will get fabricating claims immediately, and that'll be great. Now, as for what I'm going to do now, we're going to be going after Chio, but we can get Chio with Loango's thing, I think. Let me take a look at the states. Never mind. We're going to want to take this for ourselves because it is part of an existing state. Do we care, actually? I'm going to be annexing Loango eventually, and I'm going to be doing it reasonably early, so I think I actually will give this to them for now. We'll see how this goes. So, I am going to be fabricating a claim on Cuba, because that is an important thing to do. And we don't have the ability to fabricate claims on them, but we can fabricate on Yaka. And once we get claims bordering claims, that'll be great, but that's going to be a long time before we get that, so we don't have to worry too much. So, that's that. The next thing we have is we need to start improving our relations over here with Mombasa. Let's make sure that they don't have some sort of malice in addition to the normal stuff. They do not. They don't have, like, cruel or anything weird that would interfere with this. And we're going to try to get Mombasa as an ally. The other thing that I needed to do, I forgot about this, let's take a look. So at level 3, which is, I think, their current rank, they have 160. And 160 range, I don't know if that's enough to get to Tabwa or not. I wish I knew, but I don't. So hopefully it's enough to get to Tabwa, and if it isn't enough to get to this province, that's fine. I don't need to worry about it. Let's see. We're going to ignore the alliance offer from them. Do we want to build more troops? I don't think so. We're going to pump ourselves up to 4 speed, and I need to remember to bring myself down when I go to war. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just leave myself on 3 speed. I'm not going to be as fast as I usually am, and I usually go at 3 speed for most of the game anyway. So, nice. We can immediately spare no expense and get that done. Architectural Visionary. So that's construction cost minus what? Minus 10%. That's not too bad. Okay, so we have to get 2 allies, right? I think I'm going to try to vassalize these guys eventually. So I'm going to want to start improving my relations with them and get them as an ally. But I'm going to wait on that. That's not as important as getting this other stuff done. I want to get an alliance with Mombasa as quickly as possible. Ndongo. And we should be set. I forgot to get myself a drink before we started. It's so nice that my chair doesn't make nearly as much noise anymore, because it turns out that you can just use stuff to fix that. And I am a dummy. Alright, so we need to send a merchant here. And I will be right back. So, right now, we have 2 major goals. So, the first goal is we want to get ourselves this entire section, which I'm using my hand, because my hand is totally something you guys can all see. So, I'm going to get this whole section and sort of annex the whole thing, including consolidating my vassals there. Because consolidating my vassals there is actually going to be an important step in this process. I am going to just annex them early. I'm not going to wait until later. So that's the first thing. The next thing is I need to get exploration. That's a given. But beyond needing to get exploration, I think my next thing might actually be religious. Because if I get religious after that, I can put down a single colony next to someone and then immediately just declare a holy war on them. And I'm pretty sure I can do that. So if I can just declare holy wars willy-nilly, that will help a ton. Now, obviously, it's not going to work for everyone, but it'll work for all the Sunnis over here, which is the whole coast, and it'll work for a bunch of other people as well. Oh, that's interesting. Kuba and Kikonja have broken their alliance together. So Kasanje and Tyo are pairing up here. And right now we're just going to be accumulating our stuff. So Yaka is allied with Kasanje. Everybody is allied with Kasanje. That's interesting. Kasanje is the link between all of these different nations. So we're getting the claims on Kuba and Yaka. Those will help a lot. And I guess I'll put this up before we're just waiting right now. So Mombasa is going to be waiting for a while. We have 2 out of the 4 that we need. These guys have a neutral attitude toward me, which is giving me that -20. Oh, nice. Let's see. Let's try management info. Give me that admin power. Okay, so I can now fabricate the claims. Okay. Turns out this game is faster if you play it two-handed, so you can press enter instead of just having your other hand just dangling around all over the place. Alright, so give me a second. I'm going to check something. 64. So anytime this hits a 4, I should be checking. I'm not going to remember that, but you'd think that I'd be able to remember that by now, but nice. Okay, so that worked. We've got the claim on Yaka, and that would be kind of an unfortunate entity to go after. The question is, who do we want to go after first? I'm going to stop drilling. I'm going to walk right over to Tyo. We're going to set our vassals to siege. And I do not have people ready to fabricate claims. I'm actually going to fabricate another claim on Yaka. Because if I take... Is that what I want to do? So Tyo is allied with them. These alliance chains are a little convoluted, to be honest. You have 2 allies, so Kasanje and Luba. So if I wipe out Kasanje first, then I might be able to get this done. Okay, so we are close enough here. We're going to go ahead and declare this. I'm not going to set Kasanje as a co-belligerent. It's tempting to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them alone for now. Instead, We're gonna jump straight onto you. They have a 2, and I have a 0. Ooh, that sucks. I have a 0 shock general. That's very bad for this section of the game. So these guys are heading toward each other. And we can... I think I might be able to force these guys out of the war completely. I'm actually just going to pop over here. Are you actually going to go in? Okay, if they're going to lock into going to Savannah, where I can just obliterate them, I'm going to just go ahead and do it. Hopefully... Oh, I do have 0 shock. I shouldn't have gotten into this fight. That was a waste of resources. So, send in half the army one way, send in half the other army the other direction. And what I'd like to do, if possible, is actually just piece out this entity. Because if I'm pieced out with them, then I don't have to worry. About this stuff. So we're at... So Kazembe is planning to attack Kikonja. Kikonja is you. And they're allied with Kasanje and Yaka. Interesting. That's good to know. So if that war goes through... Do I want them to declare that? I'm going to let this tick for now. How are we doing on Mombasa? We are getting nowhere fast. So what was it that I did? Ooh, I can get innovativeness? You know, what's a little unrest between friends, right? And we have all sorts of money coming in. I'm hoping that these attacks start going through soon. The other thing is that I could, if I wanted, just annex all this territory. Just call it a day. I could give like these two to, you know what, that might be a good idea. Shit. We need to remember to put this person back in Yaka. Do I want... So if I take everything for myself, which I don't need to do, I can give this to Longo, rather. So if I were to take all of this, that gives me 45 cost for Diplo power, and it only costs 80 for me to core it all. I think I'm going to do this. You don't want to waste too much admin power and stuff like that. But at its core, this is, I think, going to be a better strategy than fucking around with it. Do I want to give any of this to my vassal here? I think I want to give them... I'm going to give them Kasanje. Kasanje will allow me to give them this stuff if I want. So this costs 50. And now we can look at our stuff here. We have the ability to keep building a spy network here. Once this gets up to 25, we can get both of these claimed. And I do think we want to get both of these claimed before we declare that war. So you are allied with only Luba, which is good. I don't think I want to declare that war yet, though. I think I want to take this province first. Which will allow me to get a claim there. And we can get 3 claims here and just annex them completely. They are allied with Chokwe, so we can basically set... We can declare on Chokwe. Kazembe, rather. Kazembe and Kolumbe. This is Kazembe? Yeah. Interesting. Royal marriage offer from Luongo. So we have a new queen. So you are currently at war. We are almost to the point where we can get our claim going here. It occurs to me also that I could give some of this stuff up to my vassals after I have done my business. So Kalundwe is this... Yeah, this is the invading force. They're allied with Kikonja. Unfortunately, I have a suspicion that this is not going to be a great thing for me. Oh, this is fine. Kikoncha is going to basically wipe these guys off of this thinger, and then I can immediately just jump in. So I now have a claim on all of this, and I can declare on Yaka. Kikonja is not willing to join. I get into Kumbana. So that is actually the Yaka army. So I thought that that was the Kikonja army, but I'm clearly wrong. So they are going to attack my peeps in the jungle there, and we can chase them down. We are going to be too slow to get this, but it's okay. Yaka has 2 shock, but it's okay. So we get 1,200 troops downed, but that is okay. So we now just need to wait on the siege, and we'll be all set. So the Kuba and... this is not Kuba. So we can recall our diplomat from Mombasa. We cannot offer an alliance, and we can't offer a royal marriage. Is it oh, it's because I have the... Oh, no, it might be because I haven't sent a gift. Okay, I'm going to wait until we are ready to go over here. So for now, we're going to build a spy network. And we are going to probably fully annex Kuba. That would be my guess. Do I want to start annexing Luongo? I can't for a little while yet. So I need to wait 10 years after the start of the game to start annexing my vassals. So this is Lunda, and Lunda we can immediately start fabricating on. So we'll fabricate here first. And do we want to pump ourselves up to speed 4 now? Actually, something that I forgot to do. We have 100% war score. Boop, boop. So we're doing full annexation. This will potentially cause a coalition to form from Yaka itself, which is a non-issue because Yaka won't exist after this. And we are set. So, send this demand. There we go. We can core all this. And are you... Yes. So, corruption is growing because I did not set this to max. Set that to max. How are we doing? We've still got plenty of income. And how are we doing with provincial unrest? How are the provinces? So, have you gotten your claim on Chokwe yet? No. So hopefully they'll get the claim on Chokwe before I need to worry. We've still got a bunch of unrest over here, but that's okay. And let's see. We've fulfilled one of our missions. We fulfilled the slave trade. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Let's see here. And let's see. That's fine. Which one is Nagoya? Yeah. It's not optimal, but it's fine. Alright, so these guys are suppressing rebels. And we have a claim on you. And we're waiting a decent bit of time before we declare on Kuba. Interestingly enough, Lunda... No, Luba, sorry. They have a different ally than I thought they did. Okay, so you are allied with Luba as well. So Lunda and Lunda and Kuba are both available for me to go after. So we have two provinces that have been cored. Do I want to make you a full core? Probably not. Yeah, this is a terrible state. I'm going to be very excited when they finally change the state mechanic. The new mechanic that they have shown for the Emperor looks really good, because the idea of your administrative capacity relying on, like, not this weird state mechanic that causes all sorts of weird gamey shit, but instead relies on, like, how much development you have, because while arguably it's harder to administrate, like, the provinces, that's kind of true. At the same time, it's actually a lot harder to keep control of the cities, because the cities have huge amounts of power, right? They have a bunch of consolidation of power, so it doesn't really make sense for it to be just, like, flat out, you know, harder on your administrative capacity, yada yada yada. At any case, we are no longer at war, so now is the time to try to figure out how to get an alliance with you. So first thing we're going to do, I guess, is send a gift, which I think will just do the job. That does the job. So we can now get an alliance with Mombasa. Once we've got an alliance with Mombasa, they will be safer, at any rate, from Kilwa. And that will limit the sort of northern expansion of Kilwa, which is great. And it will also give me a better thinger. So now that I've got this ally, once I get within range, they have the potential to just give me their technology. I say give me, obviously it's going to cost money, but that's fine. So I'll have plenty of money. So Chokwe, we have the claim now, which is great. Chokwe is allied with Kazembe and Kalundwe. So Kalundwe we're going to be fabricating on while we're in the war with Kuba. Do we want to fully annex Kuba, or do we want to... I think we're actually not going to. I think we're just going to fabricate another claim on them after we've gotten this done. So the war with Kuba will be also against Luba. Kuba and Luba working together. And Kuba presumably has their troops here. And I'm going to want to preferably avoid too much conflict. I'm hoping that I can get to here in time so that I can still have them be doing their thing. 1st of July, so no. So this is a bit of a trick you can do to move your people while still allowing them to suppress rebels, which is you move them a little bit at the 1st of the month, and then you just keep moving them during the month when it's not going to tick. So we can go ahead and fabricate a claim on Munene, and we can now stop fabricating with you. We will start fabricating on Kulundwe, and we will declare on Kuba. So, once we've declared on Kuba, which will bring us in against Luba as well, we can get this shit done. So Luba will join. Mombasa is not willing to join this war. What? Alright, so we're popping over here to Munene. And you guys are heading to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk over there and try... Do I want to catch them here? I don't know that I do. I don't want to catch them necessarily. I want to wait for them to be in a good position for me to fight them. Because then again, I am really in pretty good shape. Oh, looks like these guys are going there, so we will just pop in, it's fine. So, we're going to have 14,000 troops. I should have arrived after them. This is silly of me. Okay, so Royal Marriage Offer from Mombasa. Let's do it. There we go. And there we go. So these guys did not lock in, and they are now leaving. And we are going to follow... Question mark. It's negative 35%. So it looks like our vassal just got their army wiped. What the fuck are you doing? Dubra, what the fuck are you doing? Alright, so this guy has also decided that it's a good idea to wipe his armies. It is Savannah, at least, so this is not the worst possible scenario, but it's pretty bad. This is, like, pretty close to worst case scenario. They just completely wiped themselves. I'm not sure why they didn't just chill here where they should have. But either way, we have wiped the Luba army. So we are going to take 3 people here, 2 people here, leave these guys here for right now. I was not intending to even really fight Luba here much, but now I kind of have to, which sucks. So we're going to pop over here. We don't need to actually siege this down. So, this is unfortunately the Kuba army. We've wiped the Luba army, and let's see here. They are willing to be pieced out. Luckily, I can probably get them to give me war reparations and give me a shit ton of money as well. So, with this done, we've now got them out of the war, and now it's just me versus Kuba. And it looks to me like my vassals are going to insist on just sort of fucking around. I don't usually see, when they're on siege, I don't usually see them doing this. This thing where they're kind of just, like, wandering into enemy troops. That's very unusual. Usually they actively avoid enemy troops when they're on siege. So I'm a little confused by that, but it's fine. So hopefully these guys consolidate their armies together, and I can dive these guys here. I don't want them to build more troops. That's unacceptable for me. There we go. So now everybody is going to consolidate here, and we will be fine. So unfortunately we did lose some troops there, but we're still totally fine on manpower for now. I don't really want to fight this army. I don't need to because I'm not planning on annexing them here. And since I don't need to... Whoa, that was a little dangerous. That could have been bad. You don't want to give them... The spy can only be detected after your spy network is at least 25 in size. So you don't want to leave it over 25 for any longer than you have to. So letting it like get all the way up to there was way longer than I wanted it to be up for. So we're going to just pop over to Matamba, which I think is reasonably close to here. So we got them to cancel the movement, which is great, because now we can just dive them. And they're in Highlands, and they are on Fort Province, so get fucking wrecked, friend. Okay, so we lost a few troops there, but not very many. And we now have the ability to, I guess, just go back to autonomous throat suppression. There we go. And let's see here. Now, these do not actually have any unrest right now, but I like to future-proof my thingers like that. Now then, we're getting close to the point where people are going to start getting rank 3 military. And that's not great for us. You're at war with Luba and Lunda. It's a little troublesome for me. So we need to get this sieged in order to take control of this. Do I want to... Yes. There. Okay, we can get there on the 29th. Oh, do I have my autopause? I don't think I have autopause set correctly. That's fine. Yeah, I don't have autopause set at all. The unfortunate thing with autopause is that autopause doesn't always work perfectly. Oh, that's cool. I don't need this, but cool. We get raids through the jungle. Ever since the adoption of cavalry, the mounted warriors of Congo have been feared by all of the uncanny ability to rapidly attack deep inside enemy territory, raiding and weakening their defenses. A group of soldiers have prepared a plan to aid in the ongoing war based on this tactic. They're preparing to break off from the main army and perform the attack in secret before the enemy can react. Although a risky plan, it could yield much needed funds for the war. So we're going to go ahead and get some military power out of that, which is a nice boost. So Kalundwe has the ability now to detect our person, which is unfortunate. We have to wait until we have 30 to get our final claim on Lunda. Once we have our final claim on Lunda, we can go ahead and declare that war. And once we finish this war up here, we can get a thing there. Do I want to? Yes, because I don't need too much stuff to get this done. And I'll be able to get my a nice little boost there. So Luba has just lost territory there. Who do I want to bring back? Bring back the Kalundwe guy. So in 7 days, they'll be back. We can now sue for peace. We will take both of these. Do we want to take this third province? It's really cheap. I think I'm going to do it. Kuba and Kalundwe have the potential to join a coalition against me. Kuba will not exist after this, so I don't have to worry about them. And Kalundwe, we can fabricate a claim on this province. And we are almost to the point where we can fabricate a claim on the next one. So, once we get this claim done, we will go ahead and declare here. You have not got this on the list. I need to keep an eye on my stuff. The Kasanje separatists, for instance, are potentially going to be a problem for me. Okay, we've got this done. We can go ahead and fabricate on Mapasu. And that is their entire nation fabricated on. So we now have a claim on all three. We can declare on them. I think that we'll actually get them alone. Yep. So, do we want to give Luena to Kasanje? Yes. We're going to give that to Kasanje, then they'll be able to take Ishindi as well. And if I have Ruined, then I have access to the stuff on the east anyway. I don't need it. So, I'm going to do this, and... Do you have an army? They do have an army somewhere. And beyond that, I need to make sure that I am getting control of the sieges here, because at some point, their enemies, somebody's going to show up. And it's going to make me sad if they show up and steal the sieges on these. So I need to make sure that I'm the one that's controlling the sieges. And we are going to drop everyone except one dude. We're going to leave that one dude there, which is a little dangerous, but it's fine, probably. And once we've gotten all of these sieges done, we can just go back and start doing rebel suppression again. It's going to be great. Okay, so these guys will chill here in Shinje. And we're all set. So once we've taken control of these, we will give this to Ndongo. Yes. Once we've taken control of all this, we will be in good shape to go after the next entity. So Kalundwe is actually allied with Chokwe. So I can set them as co-belligerent if I want to get this. So Kazembe and Kalundwe. Kazembe is going to be an interesting one. Oh shit, I didn't actually set them to do their thing. Alright. So how are we doing? We're at 50% with these guys. We have the ability to immediately deal with them whenever we want. If I declare on you, Kazembe will not join. So, who are you allied with? Kalundwe, who is... Where's Kalundwe? Oh, right, the other entity that... So, what that means is that if I declare on these two, I can declare on them comfortably without losing... without having to fight Kazembe at the same time. And that'll be good. So, as long as this war doesn't end too prematurely... we'll be in good shape. We just need 25, so just in a couple of months we'll be able to do this. I'm actually going to move these guys once the month ticks over. Oh, hey. There's an enemy force here. I guess that means that if I fully annex them, I will have to deal with their army, won't I? So, 4th, 10th. So if they go to Mapasu, which they might, looks like they will not. I want these guys to lock in. but I don't want to lock in going the other direction. Okay, they're locked in moving the other direction. Now, the nice thing about that is that if they're sitting on somebody else's territory, I can potentially get them to fight. It's probably not going to work too well, though. But yeah, this is a 5-shock general. I do not want to fight this guy. I don't have military access here for some reason. That's weird. Oh, they just got black flagged. Oh, Jesus. So Luba has just conquered, like, the entire East Coast. And we can now, if we want... These guys are going to get black flagged. I'm going to... Or rather, they've already been black flagged. I'm going to go ahead and annex them now. Which will, unfortunately, mean that I have to fight them. Let's see, so that is Lunda, Chokwe. Did I get my claims here? Yes. So I can go ahead and declare. Because Kazembe will not join, even though they ostensibly could. We're going to declare this war, and we're going to peace out with you. So, this is 6th. Oh, who's going to get there first? Okay, looks like we're fine. So we're defending here, and unfortunately it looks like we did still have to deal with that same general, which sucks, but oh well. Do we want to head down to Chokwe first? I think we do. Nope, never mind. These guys are over here now. I should have gone up to these guys. Let's see. You know what? That's fine. I don't mind about the decay of authority for right now. I should have declared on these guys, actually. I'm an idiot. What do you have? 2. Okay. So I'm basically getting in between these two armies. This army is going to Nagoyo, which is the jungle. It's not the best place to fight them, but there's only 3,000 of them. Looks like you are heading down to Mpemba. Shit, these guys are going to consolidate together. Oh, never mind, they're not. Nice. Okay, so we caught them. And now we're heading to here. Nobility estate loses 10 loyalty. Gain legitimacy. Privileges must be earned. Yeah, it looks like these guys are gonna fight and lose. And I'm sad by that, but it's fine. There might have been a faster way to get there. Either way, we should be able to... This is Chokwe's army. They don't have anywhere to retreat to, So since they have nowhere to retreat to, we can just jump in here. This is Savannah, so it's the best terrain to be fighting them in. And we can split this in half. And now we have 6,000 troops that we can send to deal with this army, or alternatively, and I guess I should do the alternative first. I'm going to send this army up. We're going to sit one person over here and get this done. Actually, I'm going to send this dude alone. Okay, actually, this guy's going to go here instead. And yeah, I'm going to interfere with this continual cycle of reinforcement. So we should be able to pop in here, wipe this army pretty quick. And this army can do its business. Oh no, they've actually taken provinces of mine. This is unacceptable. Okay, once we've ticked this, we should be able to move on. So our goal here nice. How are we doing? 70%. Goal here right now is basically to just get in here. Are these guys gonna... So we're set. Get wrecked. So this is going to have me on defensive terrain, which means... Boom. So we've wiped their army, and we can now send these guys out to deal with that. Why can't I... For whatever reason, sometimes the grouping up function isn't working properly. So I'm going to want to ally with them eventually. For now... Wait, seriously? Tumbuka has a colony over here now. So, that's amazing. Very cool. I don't have a royal marriage with Mombasa anymore. I should probably get that done. And what else do we have to do? We just need to wait on this siege. We don't have a claim on this province, so I don't know what I want to do about that. Do we have a claim here yet? We do not. We should be... I don't have any claims on Luba. So let's get some claims going on Luba, get some claims going over here. How are you doing? I should be done with the relations improvement, right? Yeah. Okay, let's just pop this down. And you guys can all get together and start dealing with this. So our income is doing pretty well. We get plus 52 or something. So the Queen Alien is proven to be a fearless woman, often seen studying the techniques of the soldiers during the training. Sometimes she even approaches the practice grounds herself. While some were initially hesitant to engage the Royal Queen in melee, with good reason, being executed sucks, others were curious about the skills she brought from her life in Luongo. Even though it was a surprise to some people, Aylin's reputation for handling herself in a fight is not an unwarranted one. In addition, the presence of the Queen seems to have an encouraging effect on the troops. Cha-ching. Okay, so... my hope is that I can get this done soon. I'm actually going to offer military access because I can, and we have Rebel Uprising to deal with. So before I forget about it, I am just going to deal with this. So Kasanje is Shinjay and Mal. And boop. Okay, so don't have to worry about that. That's done. So Kuba, do we have any reason? We don't have any reason not to pump this, actually. Am I planning on making this into a thing? I am not, so since I'm not planning on stating it anyway, I have no reason not to just do that. Cool beans. Okay, so we've got that done. How's our situation? So Yaka has this, which this should be a state. I'm going to go ahead and state this. So that allows me to spend some of this admin power. It is now 54, so with it now being in 54, we're in pretty good shape there. We have Kumbana and Yaka here. So we just won the siege of Ishindi, and that means that we have the ability to full annex here if we want. And I think we do. So I think we're going to full annex. Do we want to give this province to our vassal? Probably. And this is... Yeah, this costs us stuff because I declared war on the wrong person. I do think that that's actually getting fixed in the next one. So that'll be nice. So Kulundwe, Chokwe. Chokwe doesn't exist. Kulundwe is you, so you don't exist. So it's just Luba and Kazembe. Kazembe will not exist soon, so we're all set. Oh, cancel this. What is this? Ndongo. So we'll give them Ishindi. Oh, that's actually going to arrive on the first, so never mind. Okay, so we have the ability to start annexing our vassals. I think I'm going to go ahead and annex these guys. Yeah, I'm going to annex Luongo. So I can send them a gift if I want. That'll get me most of the way there. Okay, 25 for that. Then I can't offer them military access, right? That doesn't make any sense. We have enforced military access by the nature of our relationship. Alright, I needed to actually do something here. Let's see, yes. So I can't do that. I'm going to go ahead and improve relations. Boop. Stop relations improvement. And we move to here. We can get there before the end of the month. The question is whether we can get to here before the end of the month, and I don't know if the answer is yes or no. The answer is... nope. Okay, so... okay. So it's been 10 years. We've managed to take the majority of this place. So this place is... they are guaranteeing the independence of Kazembe, which is fine. So we can suppress rebels in an autonomous fashion. We can make states if we want. I guess I should have just given Malum to them. I didn't need it, I don't think. Let's see here. So, we are waiting on a couple of things. First, though, we can... this is Buha. Let's go ahead and talk to Burundi. We can offer an alliance to them. So now we have this maxed. We can also get a royal marriage with them. Once we've got a royal marriage with them, we'll be in pretty good shape. Unfortunately, Tumbuka is probably going to lose control of this. This is going to just disappear. And did I start annexing you? No, I did not. Let's annex you. Do I have something else I want to do first? I don't think I want to use acquire subjects for Loango. Probably not even for Nubongo. So we're just going to do this now. We've got the alliance here, right? Yes. We need to get a royal marriage with them, but I can wait a bit for that. So we need to fabricate a claim over here. I can now invest in new technology, but I don't want to. So what do I want to do about this? I can save 1528 right now. Also, I can invest into both of these. Royal marriage offer for Burundi. That gets me mission fulfilled on trustworthy allies. So we're going to take this. We have acquire subjects. We can get that done, but we're not going to. It's not worth it. So Luba is probably the biggest thing that I have access to. Yes. So that's done. Alright, let's do it. It's cheap. So I am losing innovativeness, but I got that innovativeness kind of for free, so I'm not really that concerned about it. Innovativeness is really nice to have, but you know, what you gonna do? So we're gonna go ahead and fabricate on you, cancel this building, and what do we want to do now? This is got its independence guaranteed by Luba. So Luba will join if I declare on here. I have a truce with Luba for how long? For 2 years. So in 2 years I can declare on them. That seems appropriate. That's probably how long it'll take before I get the thing. So what I can do is, I can do a couple of things. So I can either declare on Luba directly, and then declare on Kazembe directly, or I can do it in another fashion. Now, I can get late medieval infantry, or thinger if I want. I don't think I have a strong reason to right now. Don't necessarily need to proclaim a guarantee here. So I'll lose 15 prestige if I do this to get the East Africa exploration. I think I'm going to do this. So I now see all the stuff that they have vision of, which is not too shabby. And keep an eye on the situation down here. Now, what do I want to do about this? I'm concerned that these guys are going to get a rank 3 military before I declare on them. Let's take a look at Luba's military. Let's just... Wait, what? Luba doesn't have a military right now? At all? They're willing to... They're in debt. They're 75 in debt. They're settling. Oh. I don't think they have enough money to afford these settlers. So, Luba is not actually a threat right now. I was thinking that they were going to be a threat. But I don't think they're going to be a threat, because I think they're going to bankrupt themselves with a settler that they can't afford. That's my guess here. I don't think that they can afford the settler. So, I do have to be concerned. Do I want to pick up... You know what? I think I might want to just declare. I think I'm just going to declare now. I have a limited amount of... Oh, wait, never mind. I have to wait until I get that done. So... Do I have something to spend my military power on? Because the key issue is that having excess military power over 999, I think... Oh, actually, it's not going to be over 9999 because I still have the tech penalty from this. So I think each year I'm going to get 10 of this. 10 added to my limit there. All right, we'll see how this goes. We're going to get another claim here. And it'll be totally fine. I think we need to send somebody to Ndongo, I guess. Whoa, 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 whoa. Send someone over here, get this job done. So, we do not have a viable rival, right? Correct. Okay. So, my hope is that Luba will continue to just be in debt. From this. And I might actually be able to prevent them from getting into the war at all. If I just wait a little bit, they might just not join. So we will get 3 claims and go in on them. And I'll take Upemba. That's the next claim. And let's see here. I'll go ahead and stop my relations improvement with you for now. I want to take a look. They are 100 in debt. Okay, so the free settler that they have gotten is basically bankrupting Luba. So slowly but surely they are going to go bankrupt just from this. I don't know why they're not canceling this. Like, they're not abandoning the colony. And that is very unfortunate for them. Let's see. So once we've annexed Luongo, we will be in good shape there. We are sitting on a sizable thinger there. And we're at 999. And climbing. So this is going to finish eventually. How does Burgundy feel about us? I guess we don't need to worry too much about that right now. So we should be able to get our way all the way to here at the very least. Okay, integration is a slow process. And we have 4 more barks. Okay, so we have right now, looks like 1,000 thingamabobber. Am I going to want to declare on Kizembe first? Probably not. Because it looks like Luba is going to be willing for a long time because of attitude towards enemies. So, it's not a huge deal. Let's do this island of 18. Okay, we need to punish the perpetrators. It's fine. I do not want a bunch of national unrest right now. So, it's been 12 years. We've managed to secure most of this already. These guys still do not have the rank 3 military, which is good. And we can declare on them in sometime during this year, if we so choose. We'll be able to take 3 provinces from them. We will be able to declare war on Kazembe separately and just take them out. And I think I might just annex Luba here. I can spend the Diplo power without worrying about it too much. I can spend the admin power without worrying about it too much. I might not be able to, though. Nope. Everything that Luba has is small enough that I can do it. I'm curious if I take everything except their colony, what happens? Because I don't really want to take that colony. Because I feel like I took everything except the colony of one of the other people, and it automatically turned the colony into a real boy. So I think that might be a way to force finish this colony, which would be kind of interesting. So we'll have to see how that goes. Either way, we're sitting on high income right now. We could start building buildings, I guess. No, we can't, because we don't have the tech for it. And we don't have any good states available to us right now, so there's no reason to bother with that nonsense. So, we are improving our relations. We can, I guess, improve our relations with you. We already have. And let's see. What would we need to vassalize you? We need a lot to vassalize you. Alright, well, that's fine. So the hope here is that once we have taken all of Luba, which we will do on this war, we're going to take everything. We're not going to take Bemba. I don't think I need Bemba, but we will take Tabwa. The hope is that once we have Tabwa and have cored it, we need to actually have it a core province before we can get the benefits out of this. You know what? I think I am actually going to just tick this. It's just military power. I guess I should have just invested into increasing my manpower. That was silly of me. But I could have kept myself under my limit just by investing a little bit here. 900 was way more than I should have bothered with. Fuck. Okay, they've discovered my spy. I'm not going to bother waiting on it. I will wait until this happens. Let's see. So, Ndongo in November. So we have a couple more months before we can declare there. These guys have a rank 3 military now, which is fine, because they basically don't have a military. And it says that the truce has expired, but the truce has not expired yet. Do I have to wait until next month? Yeah, I have to wait until the month ticks over. It's a really weird way that that's handled. I don't know how the internal handling works there, but it's a nuisance. Either way, we can now just have the conquest of Luba, and we're going to cancel suppression of rebels, and we need to immediately carpet siege. So get you guys to here. Because right now, as far as I can tell, they do not have a military. Yes. They have no military at all right now. So I'm going to send these guys here. I'm going to send someone else here, someone else here. With my goal being to get people to all the places. before they actually build any troops. So if I can prevent them from building any troops at all, then we just win the war instantly. And that'll be great. And it looks like it's going to work. So, we literally have them carpet sieged before they have the ability to build any army, much less an army that can actually stand up against ours. And we're already sitting on all the war score. Look at that. 58% war score within, what, 3 months of the start of the war? So everybody is now going to walk home. Do I? I don't have to pay for this, do I? Just because I hold sitting on it. No. Hey Celestial, how's it going? Alright, so we have... I don't want to take Bemba. We're going to take everything but Bemba. 49% overextension. It's going to cost 238 to core it all. That is a sizable coalition. Let's see here. Kazembe is not going to exist. Luba's not going to exist. We actually have a coalition that can form off of this, but it's probably going to be January by the time that this ticks, so Nakor and Mutapa will both be off the list, at which point it's 3 nations, and thus not an actual coalition. So we're fine. Except we're also planning on taking this, which means that we will in fact have the possibility of a coalition forming, though I don't think it's terribly likely. So Yakan Separatists. Where are the Yakan Separatists? Is it this? It's Yaka and Kumbana. Let's just do it in both of these, call it a day. Okay, so once these guys are here, I can declare on you. And will we be able to get here? Yes. So we're going to be able to get here before they leave, which means that we can wipe them, and then we can just siege them down. Okay. And anybody... You have 1 siege, so we actually will leave... a military there for you. There we go. Okay. So, we have the ability to pick up medieval administration. We are definitely not going to be doing that. These guys are just sieging down this province, which is good. Once this is sieged, we will be in good shape. Our theologian is dead, which is not optimal. Missionary strength. Oh, inflation reduction. A yes, please. A very much yes, please. Okay. So, you guys can walk over to our own territory and start working on business there. I cannot annex them while we're at war, which is too unfortunate. But I think we should be okay here. So, do we want to take this for ourselves, or do we want to take it for a vassal? I think I should take it for the vassal. Okay, we have fully carpet sieged Luba. We are not going to take Bemba, because I don't really think there's any reason to. Looks like Mutapa has been added to the list, for some reason. I wonder why Mutapa has been added to the list. Cost me 100 Diplo power to do that. Okay, we're going to wait until January. So Tumbuka, yeah, I think that if you annex everything except the colony becomes a real territory. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to take everything except the colony, And that will instantaneously... Let's see here. So this is Rwanda, Buha, Karagwe, and Maravi. If I waited another year on this, I could get Maravi off the list. But it is 4, so they do have the potential to actually form a coalition here. And you know what? That's okay. Because once I've taken all of this, I don't need to keep expanding immediately. So we're going to do this. It's going to be fine. It's going to take a while before I can core everything, unfortunately. But look at this. Bemba is now a real boy. What this means is that I have now the ability to conquer my way into this territory. I can now conquer my way elsewhere, and that is amazing. So if I take you... Who will that piss off? That will add some other people to the list, which sucks, but it's fine. Alright. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to set a mission to improve my relations with outraged countries. So I do have the ability to fabricate a claim, and we've now got a claim on their one remaining province. So we can take that province as soon as we lose our thinger. Hopefully a coalition will not form. I don't know how likely it is for a coalition to form right now. We don't have very good relations with you. Okay, we don't need to keep improving our relations with you, so that's a given. I'm going to start improving my relations with Mombasa. And Buha has joined a coalition against us, which is fine. So who else is potentially a coalition target? Maravi. There's quite a few potential entities that will join a coalition, but I don't really need to worry about it that much, I don't think. Most of these people do not have an actual casus belli against me. I guess coalition is a casus belli in and of itself. But, I mean, good luck. These tiny nations trying to get over to me, I don't think it's going to work. So, we are going to wait until January before we do this, though. Because that'll prevent the coalition from getting sizably bigger. We're not in a rush here, and we can give this to Ndongo, which is the actual war goal, I think. And that will give us a nice little chunk of stuff. So, that was not what I wanted. Don't know how I even accomplished that, but there we go. So, we now have still quite a bit of stuff to core over here. We have not been... we have not had them offer anything yet, but we haven't actually gotten anything cored, so we're all set. And once we get this set up, we'll be in good shape. Okay, so we have the ability to spend some of this admin power on other stuff if we want. We still have medieval administration set. We are going to wait until January. And once we've done that, we will have control of all of the provinces that are sort of OG provinces. We'll have every province that was originally a part of this area. In addition, because of the fact that Luba finished that colony that they got, I still haven't figured out how they get these colonies. It's got to be some weird AI event. Because, like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's also weird because they seem to have to pay for it. So since they have to pay for it, it's kind of like just a bad thing for them to have. Do I want to start improving my relations with my allies? It's probably not worth it. So we can annex Ndongo once we have this done. Oh, it's January. Okay, so this is actually going to keep adding someone else to the coalition, Nakor. But you know what? That's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's fine. I don't think it's going to result in an actual coalition triggering. But it could, I guess. I'm not that strong militarily. So I can now core the rest of this. Moravi's now joined a coalition. Alright, so Luba's now cored. And we are now waiting to see if we are close enough to Mombasa. That's the real core here of what we're doing, is we're checking the actual viability of this strat. If we can't get Mombasa to give us the shit, then we're going to have to get an alliance with someone like Kilwa. Like, from a practical perspective, there's no other way we would do it. How is Mombasa your rival? That doesn't make any sense. Let's take a look here also. You have... So it looks like feudalism has spread to Moravi. So Moravi might make a better ally. Early on than Mombasa. I like the idea of doing Mombasa because of the fact that they are they're very small. And small allies are the best allies because they're not going to get big and make you have to deal with them later. I like to transition my allies into vassals. So, Luban separatists are all over the damn country. I'm gonna wait for these cores to finish before I do this, if I can. And it looks like I can't. I have to actually do this now. So let's look at my unrest clock. Okay, that is... Oh shit! Somebody increased the autonomy here. What? Oh no, I can't actually prevent this from ticking. That's bad. I won't be able to prevent them from ticking because their autonomy is already over 75%. That's a problem. Huh. So, how many troops will they spawn with? They will now spawn with 11,000. It's not terrible. There they go. Okay, we spawned the Luban Separatists, and these guys are just going to chill here because they feel like it. Do we want to dive? No reason to dive because they're going to tick this first anyway. On speed 5, I should be on speed 3, or speed 4 rather, should be on speed 3. So we're going to hope that they come to me. If they come to me, then we can deal with them that way. So Songye and Kalundwe. Did this core? Yes. No? Okay, they are moving to here, which means that we're not going to let them take 2 provinces and give us some more separatism. So we are just going to intercept them here. And let's see here, what else do we have? So this is presumably... Oh, Jesus Christ, why am I losing? No, please. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's sad. Let's see, what's the general? He has, yeah, they have a 3 shock general. Oh god. Yeah, that's a, what, 4, 5 shock advantage? God, I lost more troops in that fight against that one stack of rebels, which wasn't even a particularly large stack of rebels, than I did in, like, almost every single war that I've fought so far combined. That's really funny. So... And it is kind of funny that Tumbuka has expanded out and then gotten wiped, which means that... So it looks like if I had just stayed in Upemba, I would have been fine. As it stands, it's going to take like 6 months before I can... Oh, well, that's a problem. You know, I had a suspicion that might actually happen. That means that I need to deal with this shit. So, Malindi is doing their shit. This is hills, so I don't want to dive into the hills after them. This is hills, so we can defend that if we want. Hopefully Burundi will do a reasonable job here. I'm going to just pop down here if we want. I'm just going to defend the Heartland as best I can. I'm going to Tabwa. Tabwa is Highlands, so it's not a great place to attack into, honestly. They are now heading back to Rukwa, which is good. And they're going to arrive in Rukwa before we arrive here, so... The basic hope that I have here is that I can get out of this coalition without causing too much collateral damage. What I'm looking for is basically... Do I want to dive these fucking people? I'm looking to try to keep as many of these like enemy forces out of my territory as possible, because they're all like reasonably small armies, right? Individually. So since they're individually small armies, it's in my best interest to just sort of push them away. Let's see. Can I win a big engagement here, though? This is a 3 shock general, man. I don't want it. Go away. So I want him to go back to the other side, and he's now locked in going down there. So we got 7.7 troops. Where are you going? He's going to Tabwa. Tabwa is Highlands. Are you going to lock into going Tabwa? Is that what you're going to do? Okay. Okay, you have fun with that. I mean, I've got twice as many troops as you do. And you don't have a really good shock general, so... Alright, let's see. Hey, we unlocked the Cult of Islam. Let's see here. Oh, they have a rank 4 military. They have Pike Square. So that explains to a degree why they are even attacking me. This is gonna suck. This guy is gonna feed a little bit of War Score to the enemy. And I think we should be able to handle this without too much difficulty. Question mark. Why are we having so much difficulty with these fights? Jesus Christ. So... How is this going? So Luba is in the process of starting to defect. We're gonna... I don't think it's a good idea for me to fight these guys, which is a problem for me. I think I'm gonna set my peeps to supportive. Indeed. Yeah, I made a slight mistake. I was thinking that the the nations were not going to actually attack me. Like, they might form a defensive coalition, but they wouldn't actually attack. But it turned out that that was a somewhat optimistic perspective on this. The Luban separatists are doing their business. They're heading to Hemba now, which is Savannah. I think I should probably pop in and wipe out these rebels. It would be great to be able to get the enemy forces to do it for me, but I just don't think that it's wise to rely on that. Oh my god. Oh, these rebels are so out of control. Fucking shock generals, man. Can I make another shock general? I can. Let's make another general. 2 shock. Get this asshole done. Alright, where are you going? You're going to Luba. Okay, so we have them outnumbered so much here that I think that we should be fine. This is Highlands. They are defending, but it doesn't matter. They're just too far gone. So who's the actual attacker? Buhan is the attacker. So or Buha, rather. This is Buha right here. They actually have quite a lot of provinces. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to dive Buha. Because this is right now Hemba. This is Savannah. I don't want them to actually get involved here. Uganda has a rank 3 military. Can enact government reform. That manpower modifier would be very handy right about now. If we win this fight, Buha only has a rank 2 military still, so I'm actually going to take this. I wouldn't normally do it, but I don't think that I can afford not to right now. And do we want to consolidate our regiments down? I think we gotta. We gotta consolidate. So these guys are locked in. We are on the defensive. Oh my god. Yikes. So, that army's toast. This army's going to attack into us as well. This army is really weak as well. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So, somebody just pieced out. Who just pieced out? Was it Mombasa? I think Mombasa just pieced out. And as long as we can win this fight, which is not a guarantee, we just won this fight. Yeesh. That is just a mincer. I'm losing so much manpower right now. Okay, so it's time to start hiring mercs. I don't like it, but I gotta do it. I was hoping to have this be just like a short little stream where I do things correctly, but this is why we can't have nice things. Okay. How are we doing here? We got 4,000 to recoup, which is the amount of soldiers that we actually have on standby. How are we doing on income? Our income is completely hemorrhaging, which sucks. But we've dealt with the rebels. These guys are going to Luapala. These guys are going to Tabwa. Tabwa is Highlands, so we don't really want to be fucking around there too much. And how are we going to handle this? What I'd like is for next year to pop around, but that's still not going to get me anywhere because I'm not going to be able to get Pike Square for an eternity because I don't have feudalism yet. So, these guys are going to probably try to run away if I get to here. Are they going to stay here? Moravi has Pike Square, don't they? Okay, we're not going to go after Moravi. And I can't piece individual nations out on a coalition or shit. Do I want to... Who is this? Karagwe. So Karagwe is rank 3 military. This is jungle. They are hemorrhaging troops right now. That's a lot of troops to lose. And these guys are going to Kusu, which is Savannah. I'm going to wait for them to lock in, and then I'm going to dive. Shit. So there's actually quite a lot of troops here now. I'm doing it anyway. Yep, these guys have canceled. Life is good. We should be able to dive in and take them out. Question mark. Yes. So I've got on them. We now have the ability to bring in our mercs. And bringing our mercs to bear will help us a lot. We do have a positive income while we are not paying the support fees here. And we can sit on this to get this back to us. We're at 18% war score right now. So I think if we can get the occupied and besieged provinces modifier to go to a good location right now, because I don't want to fight this army. This is a Pike Square army, and Pike Square armies are some savage business. Where are you going? So we just got them to cancel this siege completely. I don't want to go fight these guys necessarily. Do I want to fight them in... You have a rank 3 military. Oh, I never built to the force limit. That was telling me. Okay. How are we going to handle this? I can't conquer any more territory, so I am going to run into a limit here soon. Hopefully I can get here and wipe these guys. And these guys actually canceled the thinger here. If we can wipe this army, then we just have the Pike Square assholes to deal with it. Oh god, the Pike Square assholes are going to arrive, aren't they? Okay. We're now defending. The Pike Square assholes are on their way, but we have no morale, and we are going to lose this fight. I'm going to wait for now, because while I'm going to lose the fight because of the reinforcements, I think it's beneficial for me to sit around for a while. So we've got 22% war score. We still have ticking war score working in our favor. And we should be okay as long as we can avoid the Pike Square assholes. That's the real key, is not having to deal with Pike Square. I definitely underestimated how big of an impact Moravi was going to have on the coalition as well. Okay, I think that actually, I think we can probably win this war. Like, this war we can win. They're currently carpet sieging us, but they're gonna have to run away as soon as we get over there again. They're gonna have to consolidate together, and then they're probably going to just avoid us. Shit. This is jungle. I don't want to attack them into jungle. This is also jungle. I don't really want to attack them there either, if we're being honest, but I will. I will do it. Actually, these guys... I'm just gonna go here. This is Savannah. These guys are locked into going to Savannah. And unfortunately, we're actually going to lose this fight, which seems like it shouldn't be that relevant, but because of the way that war score is calculated, it actually matters a shit ton. These guys are going to Yaka. They're no longer going to Yaka. Oh god, Pike Square's on their way. We actually might lose this fight. We actually will lose this fight, now that I think about it. I don't see any way that I'm going to be able to deal with it. Now that they're all here, like, there's just no way that I'm going to be able to pin them down and get them out of my territory again. So they're just here forever now. I'll be able to take these guys out, but, like, I can't accumulate enough war score just from the battles. Even though it shows superiority, it doesn't really matter when they're carpet sieging you like this. So we can go ahead and purge some of our war exhaustion. And it looks like they annexed my ally there. This is grasslands. We're just going to pop in on them here. It's not optimal, but... And I guess I could have gotten a couple more mercs. I have enough money for it. These guys are now going to Songo, which is jungle. This is grasslands, so I have the ability, if I want, to consolidate my regiments again. I'm going to build another merc. Build 2 more mercs. I haven't taken out any ones yet. They actually handled this situation over here badly enough that I'm actually back in this war, like, legitimately. So I feel like I could probably win this war at this point. They're all going to be pushed back. They're going to wander off into the distance. And what I should have done, though, was I should have put an end to this much earlier. I should have just gone straight to Buha and done it that way. But with that being said, like, I don't know that I have any reason necessarily to continue this, because it looks to me like I'm actually still outside of their limit, and waiting for them to get to rank 7 Diplotech for me to get into their range is unacceptable. I could take more territory here, and that's going to be what I would do if I was going to continue this run. But from a practical perspective, that's just... I can't rely on that. That's not acceptable as a strategy. That's not a strategy. Like, it's just not. So, hoping that, like, half of the world gets colonized by just random events that's just no. That's a no. That's a hard no. So, we can get this going our direction. We're going to pop over here. We should be able to wipe you. This guy's going to come back to help. And it's not going to do anything. We got 4 war score from that. And that's a problem. Except it's not a problem. We're all set now. Okay, we're pulling back the war. It's going back in our favor again. We do have them sieging our capital. but that's okay. So the basic gist is we need to launch all of our people together, and once we've got all of our people hanging out together, we should be able to deal with this situation. It looks like they are actually going to lock into this anyway, so we need to get over here. This is Savannah. They have peeps here. And they have 10,000 troops fighting these guys now. This is Savannah. They are not locked in. Let's get to here. I don't want to be sitting in Savannah when they're planning on attacking me with their whole army. And now, what I can basically do is I can just consolidate everyone together and sit on their capital. And all of this other territory. If I can start taking some of their territory away, it'll reduce their enthusiasm. So, right now, they still have a minus 30 from Coalition War, which kind of sucks, honestly. And, it looks like we're actually going to lose this war. Once they take our capital, there's no way we're going to accumulate enough war score to actually do what we need to do. So if we could get, yeah, we're not getting this in time. So we're now negative. We've just lost 30% war score or something ridiculous like that, and now they're just going to carpet siege us because we're no longer at home. So mistakes were made, and if we had done this earlier, it might have resulted in this earlier, which is to say, me losing badly, or it might have resulted in me being able to piece them out because their war enthusiasm just tanks. But I don't know. I don't know which it would be. So let's take a look as we siege this stuff. But yeah, the key here was Moravi. And Moravi, I think, have you embraced feudalism yet? Yes, they embraced feudalism already, which means that it's probably going to be... One of the reasons that I didn't want to do the people down here is because I was worried that if I did someone down there, it would cause a problem for me. Wow, plus 80 from making gains. Jesus. Welcome back, Celestial. But yeah, so I think that probably I'm going to want to get either Moravi or one of the other nations down here as my ally instead of Mombasa, because that'll allow me to get access to their colonial range much, much earlier. As for this situation, I think we're kind of boned, so I think I'm just going to end this here. It's not Monday anymore anyway, so we shouldn't be still doing this, but I'm going to end the stream here for right now, and then I'm going to get some lunch, at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then we will be starting up our Tuesday events, which will be fun. This was just kind of like a little thing that I did because it was so early that when I woke up at like 9 p.m. on a Monday, which is like, oh, well, it's still Monday. Let's keep doing Monday stuff. But yeah, so we'll be transitioning over to our Tuesday events, and I might change my shirt because I like screwing with the green screen, but I prefer to screw with it completely where I just become invisible, and this shirt is not really accomplishing that objective. Also, it is hot as balls. God damn, what temperature is it? I need to before I end the stream, I'm gonna look at what temperature it is. Actually, Alexa, what temperature is it in Singapore?
Right now, in Singapore, it's 28 degrees Celsius. Today, expect a high of 34 degrees.
Alexa off. Ridiculous. Just completely ridiculous. But yeah, I have enough green shirts. This one is just darker than the other ones, so depending on how my lighting is set up, it changes, which of my shirts disappears more completely. In a previous lighting setup, this one was actually the best for disappearing, but not for this lighting setup. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. I will probably be taking a shower, and I will be eating. Well, no, it's not enough. It's enough. It's for yesterday. We're ending for yesterday, and we will be transitioning into today in just a bit.